Welcome to Costume Commentary. I'm Kate.
And I'm Brit, and today is the very end of our Stanley Kubrick series, and we're talking about A Clockwork Orange.
Illuminati confirmed.
So overall, I personally have some mixed feelings about it.
Same.
But leaning toward good. Some of it is like kind of bland, and then some of it is too much.
Yeah.
And then some of it is just right, and I really like it. So obviously, to talk about the elephant in the room, the most iconic costumes from this movie, the Droogs. How did we feel about those?
It is both my favorite and my least favorite from the entire film because I really like the aesthetic that they built. I felt like it looked really cool with the all white with the black boots and the black hat. But then I see the cup. Immediate thought is he's wearing an adult diaper.
We talked about this before, a little bit before filming. I like the cup, but I think I like it now because I know where it comes from. He showed up in his cricket gear to a fitting,
Yeah.
and they were like, nice. It seems very childish while they're doing horrible, very adult things. The outfit as a whole, it's all these contradictions, and it's also all white, which you tend to associate with good things and pureness, and then they're out in these outfits like assaulting women. They're definitely iconic, there's no getting around that, and I think it's because they're so simple. The one thing I don't like is actually the fact that Jim has a pinstripe shirt and none of the rest of them do.
It's actually supposed to signify him and Alex having a rift in their relationship.
Aesthetically, I wasn't a fan of it.
Without actually looking that up, you wouldn't really know that that's what it's supposed to signify. You just think that like, oh, he ran out of white shirts that day.
Exactly. So those ones are so successful because they're so simple. That actually is my favorite, is Alex's Droog outfit. My least favorite because the opposite. I think it's too much, and that's his dandy outfit that he wears to the record store. It's got like purple velvet, and it's got a snakeskin cuff and a snakeskin collar and this like jabot thing and yellow underneath, and I was like, you had to have all of those cliches? Maybe that was the point. So I feel like it's successful as far as like characterization, but it's freaking ugly.
One of the costumes that I really liked, for a reason that I wasn't supposed to like it, was actually the prison uniform, which is a huge nod to Hitler Youth uniforms. The armband, oh, that's immediately hit nail on the head. And you aren't supposed to like it, it's supposed to feel like that conformist, bad vibe. I felt like that one really drove home for me the uncomfortableness of the situation. Fun fact corner, Stanley Kubrick's only choice to play Alex was Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell, before being cast for the part, had never even heard of him.
I'm just picturing Stanley Kubrick with Mr. Malcolm McDowell written all over his notebook. It's kind of cool that he got picked to play Alex because he had a lot of influence on the costumes.
So one really cool thing that they did with the costuming was, like, the Droogs are all in white monochromatic. All of their victims are very colorful and very vibrant and very relaxed in their homes.
Yeah.
And it shows the class distinctions between the two. In my mind, it kind of shows that the Droogs were attacking them not just because they were there, but because of their class. Overall, some really good points and some really meh points. I think that if you have the ability to handle rough situations, watch this movie. If you are sensitive at all, I would not.
There's a book that this movie's based on, if you want to read that, and it's a bit better to handle, but it's definitely pretty intense at parts. It is also iconic, and a lot of people have drawn inspiration from the film. It inspired interior designers of the time and fashion designers now. It's definitely been a very influential movie. I think the few things that have been influential about it, like that's it, and everything else was like, it was alright.
That's one thing that I really do love about Stanley Kubrick, and I really want to end our Stanley Kubrick series with this thought that despite the fact that there may or may not be problems with his movies, he has influenced almost every single thing that you have ever touched. He really is an icon.
He changed the game,
for sure. He did. He changed the game of filmmaking in so many ways. Next time you go see a movie, think what Stanley Kubrick influenced in that movie.
Probably even the angle that the camera crew filmed from, like one point perspective obviously existed before Stanley Kubrick, but he made it why it's so popular and what it is, and he wrote the rules on how to make scary movies and how to unsettle people. He's definitely one to look into if you haven't. If you like this video, make sure to leave it a like and comment down below what else you'd like to see us review next.
Thanks for watching! In Fallout New Vegas, who may or may not be good, would be the Brotherhood of Steel.
Who I freaking love their costumes. I'm not as big a fan of their policies as I am of their costumes. They're kind of similar to Kaiser's Legion, where they're very militaristic.